Bora Bora Boracity, it is time to check out your new magazine. Bora Bora Boracity, yours is the best on the scene. Yes, that is my new Boracity intro every time we check out Bora's videos. Regardless, today, welcome back to Shiki. We're going to be reacting to Does Army Need a Fandom Cleanse? I've been getting a lot of requests, and of course, we're going to check this out. If you want to check out Bora, links in the description. And also, their name is Boracity Magazine, so check them out if you want, like, really well done, informative, and quality videos. For sure. Let's go. CC is on.
If you're not part of the BTS army, this video is not for you. If you are a reaction channel who is not Shiki, this video is not for you. What I'm about to talk about in this video will be very boring for you. If you're just a curious person from the general public, I promise you, you won't be missing anything. But if you are army, please watch this video and share the message with other armies.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Shiki, stop smiling. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bora, thank you so much. But yeah, let's go. Let's do this together.
Army, we need to do something now. I've noticed so much drama in the fandom recently. Antis and the media create conflict. Some armies respond. Other armies get mad at those armies for responding, accusing them of fueling the drama. Others get mad at the ones not responding to every single issue. Other armies are being accused of mistranslations, being a solo, being an anti, being OT6 or OT5, or a multi or an anti, or secretly hating BTS. Some armies don't vote or stream because they don't know they have to. Others think it's not necessary anymore. Others are just lost on dating rumors. Some big army accounts that I consider reasonable are canceling each other. The amount of times I've had people telling me to stop following a certain account despite there being a reasonable misunderstanding is exhausting. But this is not a new thing. This is not a hiatus thing. BTS being attacked and army being all over the place as a consequence is sadly not uncommon. But at least BTS was releasing new things as a group all the time, so it was easier for us to bring our focus back to BTS. Now it's a little more difficult, but we cannot continue like this. We need to organize the fandom once again, because believe me when I tell you, BTS will come back sooner than we realize. I've lost count of how many times they've said it, and I really don't want the fandom to be in this state for the next 2 years. This is not fair for their career as a group, this is not fair for their careers as soloists, and this is not fair for the fandom. And this is not me blaming armies for being angry or frustrated at antis. At the end of the day, BTS and the fandom are being attacked and being set up all the time, and this response is understandable. I understand why we as a fandom are on edge a lot of the time, but I don't think constantly looking for bad things in our own fandom is the healthiest thing we can do, because that separates the fandom even more and we won't accomplish anything. And no disrespect to other fandoms, but that's why they are not as strong as ARMY is. I won't say names, but think about those other fandoms that are really big. They buy their favorite artists' albums and stream and defend their artists, but they are sometimes so full of hate and they look for drama and they are completely disorganized. That is not ARMY. I see a lot of armies saying that we need a fandom cleanse because there are so many useless, toxic people in the fandom, but I don't think we will accomplish this by looking for these people and putting them on the pedestal of shame. If we organize ourselves and set our goals straight, the trash will take itself out. There will still be drama because there always is. But if we focus on the positive things and achieving our own goals, believe me, the antis and the solos will get bored. And if they don't, and they try harder to distract us by being even more toxic, then we achieve even bigger things and let them scream to the void. This worked before and it can work again. Our main goal right now should be giving support to BTS's solo projects and achieving longevity for BTS's discography. So here are some of my thoughts and ideas to start organizing the fandom and achieving the fandom cleanse we need.
Alright, so
First,
Boracity, once again, you raise some very valid points, and then you put the highlight on some things that are actually very true. I have also realized an increase in certain behaviors and comments, and it's kind of puzzling. Obviously it started way more once the boys announced that they're gonna do like solo projects, solo albums, etc. But even the thing, like, I don't know what the mant is, but I was on Twitter and without knowing, I retweeted it. It was like a funny BTS clip, and all of a sudden I'm being messaged that I'm being put into like like a Jimin anti group. Like I'm an anti against Jimin. Because I retweeted from that account. Not even I had no idea. You know what that told me? Twitter just isn't for me. It's just not for me. Like, because that is just such a jump. They're like, don't check this guy out. He's this and he's that. And it's like, it doesn't matter to me if you don't check me out, but I don't like when there is such misconception. So I totally understand. Like, I'm like, what's happening here? But the focus of this is how we can not stoop to such levels, but instead make a positive situation out of everything, which we're gonna check out with Bora.
Is to pay attention to what the guys are doing. I'm not saying to overanalyze their actions. I'm saying to think of ways on how to enjoy and promote their art effectively, organically, and tastefully. For example, Jin used to say that he wanted to be an actor, but he hasn't been showing that interest in the past years. So instead of insisting in that idea, pay attention to what he's been doing recently. He really wanted to release a song before starting his military service, so our focus was on that. Let's do the same with the other members. Let's pay attention to their current activities, not in demanding what we think is best for them. If Jimin is showing interest in his new album, then we focus on his new album.
That's a
We're
great
not
point.
in the place of demanding a tour just because other member announced a tour. Jimin and Yoongi became fashion brands ambassadors, so let's celebrate this instead of demanding the other members to also be fashion ambassadors, especially when some fashion brands do tricks to make ARMY believe that they will collaborate with BTS, and it all ends up being a publicity stunt.
This is so true. This is so true. Like, it's so, that was CK's VP when they thought Jungkook was gonna be the ambassador of the brand. And since this video was released, J-Hope also signed with Louis Vuitton. But it's like, I think it's what she's raising. The point here is like the comparing. The comparing is definitely an issue. Even with their solo releases, these guys are doing what they want for their albums.
Namjoon said that he didn't want huge promotions for Indigo, so we should do our best of respecting his decision by promoting his album as what it is intended to be. Not a Radiohead kind of project, but an archive that is meant to be listened to consciously. This doesn't mean that we don't focus on numbers anymore, just that we need to adapt our fandom's mindset when it comes to the different projects. I'll talk about this in a minute, but for now, if we pay attention to the type of activities the guys are doing, we can think of ways of promoting those activities instead of being dissatisfied and wishing for other things that may never come. Before,
True.
it was easier to understand their decisions because they were mainly doing everything as a group. But now that they are releasing solo stuff, we should look at their projects individually. Not every album release is going to have the same kind of promotion because they are individually deciding what they want. The key here is to trust them. To trust the things they are doing are things they want to do. They asked us to trust their decisions and their words multiple times. So let's do exactly that. Right now, many things are happening. So if you don't know what to pay attention to, see if BTS chart data is talking about it. This Twitter account updates about new songs, performances, charts, and streaming parties. So if this account is tweeting about a song, you most probably need to pay attention to it. If it's an old song, it probably means that it's about to reach a goal, so it needs our attention. Paying attention to what the guys are doing also means not paying attention to useless people from the media and antis. I know that there are some issues and news worth talking about, but this should not be our priority. I see a lot of talk about HYBE executives and K-pop acts using BTS and negative articles from the media and the Grammy voters and just jealous people in general. And I'm not saying that we should never talk about them because sometimes there are real problems they cause. But if you spend more time engaging with these distractors than listening to BTS music, then it becomes a problem. We shouldn't give BTS's level of engagement to these people because sometimes they talk bad about BTS just to receive our engagement.
So true. So true. So true. It's like they know how armies are and how passionate, but it's like, what it's like? ARMY love BTS so much that it's like, what it is? Like, you don't want to see that happen, but these people are so wicked that they will do that. Like, they will literally use that as a like just to get numbers or clicks or anything. You know what they say? I think these people go by the saying of any PR is good PR, even if it's bad, even if it's hateful, even if it's causing drama, even if it's slandering someone. For them, it doesn't matter. That's the type of thing. So what Bora is saying here is actually really true. We should just focus on our own circle. We don't need to hear anything from anyone.
I know it's tempting, but I think that if you find a negative article or tweet and really want to respond, it may be better to like one logical reply from an army than bombarding a tweet with negative comments, because in the end, this leads to more exposure and drama, and they are getting the exact reaction they want. So again, focus on BTS. We can talk about other issues from time to time, but our energy should go to step number 2 and 3. So step number
Streaming?
2 is to make your own BTS goals. I don't care if you heard from an expert of the industry that streaming doesn't matter because that's not where the money is. We're not doing this to give money to BTS. We consciously stream and buy their music because these, along with radio, are the only criteria to make their music chart, receive awards, recognition, and exposure. We are good at buying music, but we all know that radio is never going to come because of all the corruption practices that BTS refuses to participate in. So if we are already lacking in one aspect, we need to balance our efforts with streaming. We cannot be buying forever, and we are not even that bad at streaming. However, we still need to work even harder than before, and this is why. BTS's fandom today is bigger than ever, and I'm so happy for that. But a lot of BTS's biggest achievements were possible in great part because of the general public. Like I said multiple times, although aunties hate to admit it, and whether we notice it or not, BTS are mainstream. Songs like Dynamite, Butter, and My Universe had huge numbers because non-BTS fans have been buying and streaming these songs and music videos along with us. So what we need to do right now is feel that boy. Support them twice, 3 times, even 4 times as hard as you did in 2022 and previous years. Think and act as if the fandom was in the state it was in 2016 and 2017. What I mean by this is that I think the fandom needs to get crazy again, and crazy in the good way. Back then, our mindset was we have no one but ourselves, and the truth is that this is a reality now. We won't have playlisting in Spotify. We won't have a fun extra summer remix to increase streams like we did with Butter. Sometimes we won't even have a physical album that counts for charts, like J-Hope's album. Also, everything official related to BTS is basically being shadow banned by YouTube's algorithm. But this lack of visibility used to be the norm for us back in 2016.
Wait, how is it shadow banned? How does that work?
And we made the impossible possible. And now it's even better because we have an advantage. We have more armies. So what we need to do is spread the message that all of our efforts count. Even if you listen to one song a day, that's still something. But you need to do it. We all need to do it. And be honest with yourself. You're not watching, but you need to do it. We all need to do it. And be honest with yourself. You're not watching their music videos every day. So if you're not, watch Yet to Come just once today. Make it a goal. Tomorrow, watch Wildflower, even if it's only once, because one stream is better than none. If you already do this, you can do better. Watch 2 music videos. Put Jack in the Box in Spotify as your background. It's only 20 minutes of your day. And if you already do this, elevate your own personal BTS goals, to put it that way. You know your daily schedule more than anyone, so make streaming goals for yourself. If you used to watch 1 music video a week, make it 1 video a day. It's 5 minutes of your day. Challenge yourself and take notes of your streak, and motivate other armies to also do this. Don't wait for a streaming party. Make it a habit to listen to at least 1 song a day. This is the only way we can achieve longevity. Here's what I do. BTS has so many amazing albums, so all I do is pick one and let it play on Spotify. I choose another album the next day and another the day after that. I also try to watch 3 to 5 different music videos every day, and when I am extremely busy, which is most days, I try to watch at least 1. It's only 5 minutes of my day, and if I forget or simply can't, it's okay. I simply start my streak the next day. ARMY loves spreading comeback goals for the fandom, and I like those, but honestly, ARMY need to also set comeback and longevity goals for themselves. Every single ARMY has to do this. Even if it's the bare minimum of 1 stream a day, every day. It's necessary. And don't think about this as homework, because once you start doing it, you'll notice that it's not that big of a deal. And it can even be helpful for your life. Streaming does not mean that you have to sit in front of the computer staring at the screen while listening to a song. You only need to play an album or playlist you like while you scroll on Twitter, drive, clean, or cook. You can also make playlists be useful as timers. If you need 30 minutes to get ready to go to work or school, then make a playlist that lasts 30 minutes, and you'll know your time is about to end when the playlist is about to end. I find this a lot more helpful than constantly looking at your phone to see the time.
Okay, that is actually so nice. That's a great idea.
Believe me, once you start setting a goal of one mandatory stream a day, you will end up streaming way more than that without realizing or making any effort. So remember to use every streaming platform you can. But if you have to choose, never leave out YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Step number 3.
Okay, so that was actually sorry, I wasn't talking much because, Bora was you're doing everything so well. There was no need for me to talk, because this is actually I'm thinking like this is actually a genius idea. I'll be honest, I usually use YouTube Music when I listen on my own, but lately, well, at least today and yesterday, I've been listening through YouTube's app because I was thinking YouTube streams. But other than that, you're completely right, I have not been watching a lot of like YouTube like music videos in general. Yes, when we're streaming, yes, but I gotta say, my Spotify streaming, YouTube Music streaming is way better than my YouTube streaming. So I definitely have to step up. But like putting goals, I am someone that loves goals, stats, challenges, streaks. So this is actually a really fun way of streaming and making it fun. We can make it a competition, or we could make it something that we do together. I think that's actually really good, because I think it's better to stream one a day than maybe we just do 3 today and then we don't do anything for like a week, and then I think that kind of thing is actually very good. The longevity is very good. Yes, I'm in 100%. Let's do it.
3 is to be creative. Sometimes we clean our rooms not only to get rid of unnecessary things, but also to make space for new ones. What I'm about to talk about is how to make the general public engage with BTS's content and make new armies. This third step is the most complicated because it will require our collective effort, but we've done it before, so we can do it again. The first step I mentioned was paying attention to what the guys are doing. After doing this and achieving our own personal streaming goals, we then have to be creative, because if there's not much promotion, then we are the promotion. For example, Jimin is doing TikToks dancing to BTS's entire discography. Step 1 is to read between the lines. I'm not saying Jimin is asking armies to promote BTS's old discography, but it's a logical idea after seeing his TikToks. BTS has a huge range of discography, and with all the solo projects coming out, we also have new music. But let me remind you that to make a song become popular on TikTok, it doesn't have to be new. Cannibal by Kesha was released in 2010, and it became a popular TikTok song in 2020. Bloody Mary by
Kesha, isn't that tick tock on the clock, everybody? Oh, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. I wake up every morning. Nah. Sorry.
was released in 2010, and it became a popular TikTok song in 2020. Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga was released in 2011, and it became a popular TikTok song in 2022. This happens all the time, and it actually already happened with BTS. Blood, Sweat and Tears, released in 2016, became a popular TikTok song in 2022. So stop with the K-pop mentality of gatekeeping a group, a song, or a choreography. BTS is way past that, and we need some help from the general public to stream their songs. That will make it easier for us to achieve Dynamite, Butter, and My Universe numbers. The general public will not only be a temporary help for streams, but also it will create more armies. But this will only happen when we let them discover BTS by themselves, not by bombarding the comment section saying this is a BTS song, because they don't care, and it will prevent them from using their songs. If they end up liking a BTS song, they will look up for the artist themselves. It's one click away from them. We don't need to remind them. It has to be organic, because that was how they got interested in Dynamite, Butter, My Universe, and Blood, Sweat and Tears. Also, don't try to make a choreography for every single song. Think about transition ideas or a fan dynamic. If there's a new series or movie about spring, think about Spring Day. If there's a character that makes a lot of bad decisions, think about bad decisions. Or think about an edit of a non-BTS celebrity with a BTS song. For Run BTS, think about the line, "If we live fast, let us die young," and maybe make a compilation of your craziest moments of your youth. Or if you went through something sad but are getting better and stronger, think about the line, "The best moment is yet to come." And
oh my god. Bora, you're on a roll. the creativity. I love the ideas.
I'm not saying to make these and stronger. Think about the line, the best moment is yet to come. And I'm not saying to make these exact ideas. What I'm saying is to stop thinking so much on choreographies, because the majority of the general public on TikTok just want to use a trending song, no matter which one is it, how it sounds like, or what kind of choreography it has. One of the most recent popular songs is Flowers by Miley Cyrus, and the majority is not doing the choreography. They just use the sound because it's trending. So we need to make this happen. And if you're still not sure on how to be part of one of these trends, or if you don't want to, just use the audio as background music. Or you can even use the song as background music and mute it and put other song or audio. I've seen this done a lot by everyone except for ARMYs. What I actually see a lot and despise with all my heart is when ARMYs, let's say, make an edit using a BTS song, but they list another artist's song as the background music. They do this because if a song is trending on TikTok and they list that song, then their BTS edit with a BTS song will have a bigger audience.
Oh, okay, so basically going for the views.
When I see that, I unlike the video so fast because you're choosing to not list a BTS song so it can reach new audiences. But I believe that if every ARMY account uses BTS's music, we can make it trend and we won't have the need to use other artists' song. So just use BTS music as the background. I don't care what the video is about. I don't care if you use the song or mute it or use other song on top of it. But I need to see the name BTS there. It's the most effective way to make their music trend. So think about Jimin's TikToks. If you want to do the choreographies like he did, do it. But you don't have to do exactly that. His TikToks actually motivated me to start working on a video explaining their entire discography, part of chapter 1. So hopefully one or two of you can make something click on your mind and come up with an easy idea to create a trend. But if not, just use their songs as background music. I've only talked about TikTok, but let's also think about using other platforms and methods. Everything I've said are of course just ideas. I'm not trying to make a guide. I'm trying to start a conversation.
Which is a great thing. You're actually putting this into my head, and whoever is watching this video of me, hopefully you as well. I don't have TikTok, but I can download TikTok and I guess do my best. But these are actually some very creative ideas. I like the way the things you said about, you know, using specific lyrics to showcase something that isn't just like the dance, which can actually bring other people in, because I actually agree with that. I know my brother uses TikTok. So, you know, like the way the music they use, it's a huge part of it. And honestly, I love that this whole video is kind of focused on how can we, as a fandom, be creative and basically have fun and also help BTS in the process and make this a wonderful place. Even fun, like even more fun place.
If you still think all of this is unnecessary or that it won't work, remember that BTS are not in the small world of K-pop anymore. A lot of popular groups stay popular despite not releasing music in years. Outside of K-pop, it's normal and healthy to release an album every 2, 3, or even 4 years. This lets the fandom truly process and enjoy the album, and lets the artists have time and inspiration to compose good songs they are passionate about. Mass production of music is normal for performers who don't compose their songs, but BTS likes to do everything, and to write, produce, and perform on stage, they need time. We need to get used to this, and we need to think of what we can do between, during, and after each release. If you're skeptical, remember all the things we did as a fandom.
Sheesh. Wow.
These used to be amazing, unthinkable things that no other fandom did before. So if there's any fandom who can do this, it's ARMY.
Absolutely.
So don't forget to stream BTS today at least once. And let me know what you think on Twitter or in the comment section of this video so we can all think of more ideas.
Okay, Bora, this was a wonderful video. This is a video that I'm gonna, you know, like, it's already helped me. It's a very creative video actually, and it's a great conversation to be had, because the first part you're highlighting correctly that the fandom is starting to get kind of, you know, disoriented, and that can have a bad effect in long term. Instead, how can we fill these years and these times and just make it a fun place? Like, you know, it's only like it will benefit all of us. We'll all have fun, and we're helping BTS. You know, and we just keep this thing going as a fandom. And you know, you said it the best. If anyone can do it, it's ARMY. So actually focusing on the streams, focusing on the TikToks, or just making events and being nice and inviting other people. And I think it's only healthy. It's only healthy to have this conversation and do what you're saying. Honestly, it felt like I was in class, of course, in a good way. I'm just listening. I feel like I didn't really add much to this video, but it is because I am genuinely taking in what you're saying, and I'm thinking like, wow, that's actually genius. I have some ideas how I'm gonna try to like make it remind of the streaming, or make like certain goals, or I feel like it could be a lot of fun. There's a lot that we can do. The possibilities are endless. But I agree. We should, instead of giving this energy and attention to people who don't deserve it, we can just put that focus into ourselves and BTS. We can just, keep this going. Because I've always said one thing about ARMY and BTS. I've said that like it's like a safe space. Imagine if there was like a copy of Earth, like the planet Earth, but it's just beautiful nature, no pollution, there's nothing bad going on. That's the kind of place that they've created, and I hope that we can just continue to kind of nurture that. And I feel like once in a while it's also good to have like certain conversations, but I will always focus on, personally speaking for myself, I'll always focus on bringing the good out instead of doing other things, because I feel like I have a responsibility as well, and I have 42,000 subscribers, but it's not because of me. Like, it's because of you guys, and you guys enjoying watching BTS with me. So for me, my focus will always, of course, be BTS and you guys, and I want to do everything that I possibly can to help out. Now, streaming is something very, very important, and like Bora said, it's actually very easy. And what Bora said about making it like it can help you in different parts of life, it is true. It can kind of give you maybe some discipline, or maybe some structure. Maybe it can allow you to apply that kind of streaming method, that kind of thing, to other things in your life. So maybe you start, by streaming a music video every day, right? And next thing you know, you're like, what if I maybe cut down on a meal every day? Instead, if you're trying to diet, for example, and you're like, what, instead of 5 meals, I'll have 4 meals. And you kind of apply, like, it's the mentality. The mentality is a very good one to have, and it will affect your life in a positive way on every front, I feel like. So yeah, thank you so much, Bora, once again, for a wonderful video. This was actually very needed. This was very needed. And I love the ideas that you're bringing up, and for sure we'll be applying it and spreading it myself. I actually saw a couple of comments on my channel where they said that they came from your video, and that they just wanted to remind people to stream. And I was like, it actually made me happy, because I'm like, all right, Bora fans are listening to you, and that is beautiful. That is a very beautiful thing. And I'm also, of course, super appreciative of you, and also the beautiful people following me. And together, I feel like we can just we can just become something that's like, we're already magical. Like, everything that's happening is already magic, but we can just do so much more as well. If only just we stay united, and we don't get distracted by all the extra noise, and just enjoy this together. And before we know it, we'll be like, Happy New Year, it's 2025. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'm sorry if I didn't say much. I was like a student listening eagerly. But yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.